Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so they officially tweeted out the animation video for the anniversary units earlier today, both the main LRs and the side banner units, and people's reactions to the dub quality of the animations has been a little bit crazy, I think. We talked about it a bit earlier on my stream. I didn't actually play them on the stream, but we were talking about it. They dropped early this morning while I was live doing the stream, you know, getting the World Tournament rewards, trying out the new World Tournament EZAs. And yeah, I'm going to play them at the start of the video for you guys now. If you haven't seen them, obviously if you have, you can skip ahead. But since we are going to be talking about them in the video, I would say, you know, just watch them again, give a good listen, and yeah, we're going to talk about them once they have finished. So I am just going to play them back to back. I'm not going to talk over them. I'm going to play the full video, so if you haven't seen them, you get to see the super attacks with like the English subtitle and everything. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play those, and then we're going to talk about what I think afterwards.
Please, everyone, lend me your energy. I can't die. Not yet.
Darn it! Please, Kakarot! I need your power! You guys... Up! Ah! Haven't won yet!
I can't die just yet. Not until I'm done with you. Citizens of the universe, give me all your energy! Thank you, everyone! This is it!
Let's do it now! It's time! Prepare for the Spirit Ball!
Right. Please, everyone! Give me all the energy you can! Whoa! Here it is!
I'm going to buy you some time!
Dragon Balls!
You fought well. I'm impressed.
See you around.
Okay, so there you go. That was the animations for both of the LRs. I'm going to break down my thoughts on them and I guess why I think people are having the reactions that they are. Obviously, you know, when it comes to any form of media, whether it's a voice acting performance, a song, a movie, whatever, like there is no objective, like, correct opinion. Like if somebody likes it and somebody doesn't like it, one of those people is not like objectively correct or incorrect, right? Which is one of the most annoying things that happens all the time in this community, when you have an opinion that someone doesn't agree with and you get a bunch of people just telling you that you're wrong or like coping and all this other stuff, right? Now, I think that these are fine. Now, I've had this discussion before where we've talked about things like heroes and stuff. I pick the words that I use when I talk about this stuff very carefully. So when I say I think they're fine, that doesn't mean I think they're really good. But it also doesn't mean I think they're bad. I think they're fine. In fact, rewatching them again now, I think the GT one is actually good. I think the biggest problem that people have with the GT one, and this is based on obviously all the comments that I've seen today and people replying to like my tweets and stuff, people's biggest problem with the GT one seems to be that people don't like the voice actor for Kid Goku. I should say voice actress, although, I don't know, do you just say voice actor? I don't know what the correct terminology is, but Kid Goku's voice changed a while ago. I think it's the same voice actress that does Kid Gohan, and I'm not a huge fan. A lot of people aren't either. Like, I don't like Path to Power Kid Goku's voice active skill in terms of the voice. But the thing is, I don't necessarily like the choice of the actor, like the sound of the voice, right? But listening to it again, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with the performance. Like, I think they put enough energy into it. They emphasize, like, you know, the right parts of the sentences and all that kind of stuff. In terms of the actual performance of the voice lines, I think they're perfectly fine and even good. I just think people don't like the Kid Goku voice, and that's the main problem. But I don't think the lines are delivered badly at all. I think Vegeta's parts are nailed in both of them, to be honest. So good voice lines there from Chris Sabat as usual. But obviously the problem comes from how Dokkan makes their voiced active skills, because I don't think, apart from maybe God Goku for Saiyan Day, they don't ever get these lines like actually re-recorded by the voice actors. So they either stitch them together from quotes from other games, or I think people have even suggested that they sound like they're done with AI. Now, I don't know if that is even a thing that Dokkan does or would actually do, but yeah, they do definitely cobble them together strangely. Now, when it comes to the Buu Saga one, that's the one I think that people do have the bigger problems with than the GT one. And I will say, there are a few bits that do sound a little bit wonky, but on the whole, I really don't think it's that bad, right? One of the bits that people seem to have a really big problem with is at the very end when he launches the Spirit Bomb and he says, "Thank you, Dragon Balls." People are complaining that that sounds a bit flat, but I mean, I can sort of see where they're coming from. I'm not saying it sounds perfect, but to me, that line is delivered as like Goku's like essentially like quietly saying it to himself, right? He's not like shouting or screaming it out, so it's not supposed to be like this impassioned line, right? He's just kind of saying to himself, right? Like the Spirit Bomb's fully charged, and it's just like, "Oh, thank you, Dragon Balls." Boom, off we go, right? Now you can argue that it should be delivered differently, which is fine also, but that's kind of a different argument, right? I don't think the way it is delivered is necessarily bad. There are a few bits in the Buu Saga one where it does sound a bit odd, but you know, overall, I really don't think it's that bad. Now, the one thing I will pick out about it that I do think is really odd is in the GT one, Goku like screams when he throws the Spirit Bomb, and there is a subtitle for it. But in the Buu Saga one, when he like gives the Spirit Bomb the final push after he goes Super Saiyan, in the actual animation, he opens his mouth, but there is no like scream and there's no subtitle. And that feels really weird. Like, it feels like there should be like a scream there, or like at least some sort of like brief shout or something. And there isn't. So that does feel a little bit strange. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I don't really have like a huge amount of things to say. I will say one thing that I did talk about on the stream earlier, but like, I feel like people, it comes back to the same argument that always happens with sub versus dub all the time anyway, even in anime and stuff. And the thing is, like, we, especially like the majority of the people that will play the game in English are probably native English speakers, right? Who either speak English as their main or second language, grew up around English, or at least, you know, at the very least, the comparison I'm getting at is that they don't speak Japanese or haven't grown up around people speaking Japanese fluently. So, like, foreign languages can often sound really cool, and as English-speaking people watching anime, like, Japanese voice actors can always sound really cool, but, like, you don't know Japanese, so you don't actually know, like, if the voice acting performance for the Japanese dubs are good. They could be bad. They could be, like, the worst group of Japanese voice actors ever. But I'm talking about in general, not Dragon Ball, obviously, because we would never badmouth the queen that does Goku's voice, of course. But yeah, like, you can hear potentially bad Japanese voice acting, and you probably wouldn't even know it. And then when you hear an English voice that doesn't sound necessarily exactly how you were expecting, it's easy to be able to find faults in it. And again, circling back to what I said at the big, like, straight away, I don't think these are like super good or anything, and I do get people have made the criticism that even if they agree that they're not super bad, they should have potentially been better because these are the headliner anniversary units. Like, think about how excited everybody was when we heard God Goku's dub voice, and it was actually really good, and like the "I will not let you destroy my world" was like basically perfect, right? And that's the kind of quality that we should expect going forwards. So in that respect, I can definitely see why people would be disappointed. But again, that circles back around to, even if it is disappointing, I don't think that necessarily means it's bad. So you let me know what you guys think. Listen back to them again if you need to, like before making your comment. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think they are actually bad? And if so, why? Do you think they're just fine or just okay, like me? Or do you think they're good? I mean, like I said, actually, the GT one I do think is actually good. I'm just not a huge fan of the choice of, like, the voice actor for Goku. But, yeah, I think they're fine. I'm still super hyped for the the anniversary. I play the game in the English dub, but I play it with the sound off a large amount of the time anyway. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, during the anniversary, we'll be doing stuff with all the sound. Obviously, all the videos will be having the animations in and things like that. So maybe they'll grow on you over time. I don't know. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.